everyone. My name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Myself and Freya wish you a happy weekend. Hi, baby. She says, no, I don't want to be kissed. Hey? What do you have to say? She grabbed it instead. Hello, friends. It's officially Friday. I am so warm, as you can tell by my glasses fogging up, and the state of me. Not that it's really warm outside. It's like 20 degrees outside, but I just got home and I'm walking around and warm. But it's the start of another weekend, and as I just said, I just got home. Let's see if she'll let you. Well, partially. You were sitting on her leg, but I just got home from the bookstore because this week was my last week of teaching, and one of my students got me a gift card to Indigo. So even though we don't support Indigo, I was like, well, I gotta go use it. So I did. Water bottle. And you guys. Hey, there we go. Perfect. So yes, I went to go have a little gander because there was not a single book that was like calling my name. There's not something that I've been like yearning for that I haven't, bought already. So I just had a little gander and I decided to pick up 2 because I can't just pick up 1. And one of them is Sins on Their Bones by Laura R. Samatin, which I've heard is the start of a fantastic duology. So we love that, like dark fantasy romance vibes. Queer, which we love. And then I also picked up the third and final of India Holton's trilogy, Love's Academic Trilogy, The Antiquarian's Object of Desire, because I know I'm going to love it. So might as well have it on these shelves. So picked up those 2. As soon as I decided to not keep going on my book buying ban, I have been a little out of control with my book buying. Just a little, just a smidge. And that's okay. Because I need the serotonin. I need it. Anyways, friends, it's officially the first weekend of Pride. Yes, because it is. I think the Pride Parade is this weekend in my city. I don't have plans to go, but happy Pride. This weekend I have no plans other than I think my friend Alexander's coming over tomorrow, stopping by for a momentito. And other than that, that's it. I would love to do some reading properly this weekend because I have not been doing that on the weekends. So I have my whole Pride TBR that I would like to get through, or get to, I should say. And also just, options, possibilities for more. So we shall see what I get up to this weekend. I could continue my reread of al-sirafi, finally. Technically, start it because I'm on chapter 2. And that's fine. It's cool. Other than that, I had nothing planned except to just sit in here and enjoy the fans, the slightly cool air we're getting from outside, all that good stuff, spend it with my baby. But yes, as a reminder, all of my books in the Aramount trilogy, all 3 of them, are on sale currently for 99 cents for the rest of June until the 30th of June for all of Pride. Because I figured, why not put the ebooks on sale? So you can go to the link in my bio. The first 3 in my link tree are for each of the Pride sales for those books. Go have a little gander. Treat yourself this Pride. You can get 3 books for like $3. Isn't that amazing? So go pick them up. Just wanted to remind you that my books are on sale. Anyways, I'm going to go get my pants off because they're a little warm. They are linen, so they're a little toasty. But yay to a book haul. Yay to the start of another weekend vlog, my beautiful friends. I also restarted the game Tiny Bookshop on my new Switch, and I'm having a great time. I played that for many hours last night, so I will probably be playing that as well. And I did buy Ooblets because it was on sale. So I have a new cozy game that I might be starting as well. It's just going to be a very relaxing, chill weekend, my friends. Hopefully Freya and I have a great time, and hopefully you have a good time hanging out with me, because, usually you do, right? Right. Anyways, I'll catch up with you a little later, but let's get this vlog started.
What are you doing? You gotta be careful, there's stuff in there. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah, very good job. Yes, of course.
Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. Yeah, it's already fucking Sunday. I do not understand how fast these weekends go, how they go so fast. What the actual shit? I mean, technically it's Monday because it's 1:30 in the morning. Because what's new? But it's been a good weekend, I think. On Saturday, I had both my friends Sophia and Alexander stop by, at, like, slightly different times. They like just missed each other because Sophia was coming to raid some of the clothes that I'm getting rid of, and Alexander came to pick up some CDs that I had purchased for him at the library book fair a couple weekends ago at this point. Maybe it was last weekend. Girl, listen. Where am I in my head time wise? I really don't know. But yeah, so they came over on Saturday. It was lovely. Had a good chat with both of them. After that, I just kind of lazed around. I did do some reading. I picked up one of my arcs, which is Ode to the Half Broken by Suzanne Palmer. And I am on the edge of whether I'm going to DNF this or not. Because, like, I keep going, okay, let me try at least a good chunk of it, and then I will think about it then. And then I go, because I fucking hate this. And then I sink into it a little bit, and I'm like, maybe I don't hate this. Maybe it's like totally just fine. And maybe it'll blow me away in the end. And you know why I keep waffling? Is because of the writing style. One of the POVs, which is the main POV in this book, so we keep going between a robot, B, and also a like flashback to some human scientists, I think, as how I would classify them. When we're in B's head, I want to throw the book against the wall because I hate the way it's narrated. I hate the way the sentences are structured. It's so overly pompous, robotic, and I get it. It's a point. They're a robot, you know? It's like, that's why it's like that. I'm just having such a hard time with it. We get to the humans and it's totally fine. Like, the writing is totally cool. And it's like, it slips back into more of a normal narration that I'm used to from like a standard book. So I don't know about that one. We're gonna keep going because I'm about 16% in. This book is huge. I didn't realize that. Huge, I say. It's like 15, 16 hours of an audiobook. So knowing me and my speed, I could probably get it done in like 6 hours. But like, I was shocked. In my head, this was like a 200-300 page book. I don't know why. I've never seen it physically, but it's a big book. And I've seen many like contrary reviews on it on Goodreads. Like, we have lots of people who absolutely fucking love this book, and then there's some people who have so much issue with it. And I've read a couple of the 1 stars and the 5 stars. And I gotta say, the 1-star reviews are talking about the stuff that I'm having problems with, which is the writing and the vibe of the book. Because we are in, I don't know, like, because I did kind of sink into it on Saturday a little bit. I mean, I read for a couple hours and I only got 16% through. So if that gives you any indication. Also, there's a hair that keeps flying into my mouth and it's driving me nuts. Anyways, sorry. This arc is out in the world. It came out, I think, last week or the week before. So that is why I have access to the audiobook. But I felt bad because I got a direct email from the publisher or the publicity team or whatever that's like, hey, we noticed you found an arc. Like, make sure to post your reviews. And I was like, bitch, you got me. Literally, if any publicity team wants more reviews, just email all the reviewers, all the people who requested books afterwards, because that's like number one way to make me feel guilty for not reading the arcs. Because, like, listen, I love an arc, but I am also that girl who gets onto NetGalley and may or may not just request things and then suddenly gets a bunch of them and goes, oh shit, right. Will I read these? Questionable. So, I mean, if the list of arcs in my book journal from 2025 is any indication, I mean, I still have 3 arcs from 2024 that I have not read. I'm still interested in all 3 of those books, but sometimes your girl is too much of a mood reader. But anyways, I'm trying to be better about it. I'm trying. Failing, but trying. I'm slowly tackling my 2025 arc list as I'm getting 2026 arcs. So I'm reading Ode to the Half Broken, and it follows a ex-war mech that has just woken up, missing a leg, in a place that they don't really recognize, not knowing how long they've been knocked out for, if it's the same year, if it's like what's happening. They get found by a hybrid dog that can talk, and I'm just like, is this dog a hybrid with a human? I'm not sure. It's not very clear, unless I'm just not paying attention. enough, and it has been made very clear. Like, that's my assumption, because he's very verbose. So we have a dog. Then the robot bee basically is like, hey, like, if you help me out of here, if you go find someone who can like carry me out of here, I will feed you, because the robot notices how thin and emaciated the dog is. They find a mech unit type robot, because at this point it seems that the majority of humans do not exist in this apocalyptic New York anymore, because there was like a plague that wiped them out, an illness, a sickness, and then a war that also came on the backs of that. And like, I think the war was like mech versus human kind of a thing, because humans used to treat these versions of AI as like there's like servants and enslaved type situations. And then there was this big movement of giving AI basically their own sentience, like all these robots their own sentience. So like they're people now, and it's like you can't just do that. And so there was this big movement to, free all these mechs and whatever, give them their own life. And it's fascinating world. It's giving me Automatic Noodle by Annalee Newitz meets like Murderbot kind of things, because we have a very like antisocial, doesn't really like being around others main character robot in this like post-apocalyptic world, where it's like kind of has a cozy vibe, but is also like kind of like what's gonna happen in this world, like if someone stole their leg, like what's happening, like in a very violent way, because like their home is destroyed. They go back to their home and they see like a bunch of shit was taken, their ant colony that they've been raising is completely destroyed. They've been doing like research, like it's a very sweet soft robot vibe who's just a little scientist kind of a vibe. And I'm so interested by the backstory and the lore of this, because a war robot built by a human has like secrets and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is really giving Automatic Noodle by Annalee Newitz, which I did not like, because I don't like the execution of that novella. I think it was done poorly because it feels unfinished. Also Murderbot, which I like the concept of Murderbot, it just never hits for me. So I'm like, well, maybe this book might not be for me, but I'm also interested to keep reading, and yet I'm still on the edge of like, what if I just never pick this up again? You know what I mean? It's one of those books. So I will report back eventually if I pick it up again and if I keep reading it and how I feel about it. But that's what I'm currently reading. If you love those books, because I know people absolutely love Murderbot and books like that, and also have been really loving Automatic Noodle by Annalee Newitz. If you like books like that with like maybe a little bit more stakes, try Ode to the Half Broken, because I think you would really enjoy it. Definitely not as short as those books. So don't go in expecting a novella like I kind of did, but it should be fine. Anyways, so that's what I did on Saturday, and then I played an egregious amount of Tiny Bookshop, because I am hooked back into that game. I love that game so much. It is the perfect cozy game for me. Like, it just, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Although I will say I do get a little annoyed with the UI. Maybe not the UI, but like the actual system of recommending books, because I know in the moment, if I was there physically and these were the books that I had to offer, I could convince the person that like they should read this book for these reasons. And it's just because the wording in the like book listing might not be what they're asking for. I'm just like, no, but it is. Like, you just have to trust me. You know what I mean? And I've had this happen twice now, where it like says I got it wrong. It says it's like, oh, like that's not what I was looking for. And I'm like, girl, no. You literally, some person was asking for like a classic type style with like history, and like was mentioning like knights and stuff like that. And I had a fantasy book in my bookshelf that said a classic fantasy and listed all the stuff. And it was like, no, that's not correct. And I was like, what do you mean it's not a classic? It literally says a classic fantasy. And then some of the books that I'm like, oh, I've read this. I know the vibe and the tone of this book. And that's exactly what this person is looking for. And they say it's too scary or something. And I'm like, this is a cozy book. What do you mean it's too scary? Like there was a moment where someone was like, oh, I'm looking for something like lighter, quick, short, all this kind of stuff. There was a bunch of different things. And I was like, oh my God, Pet by Quick Mezi would be perfect for you. And this kid is like, that's way too scary for me. And I'm like, bitch, where is the horror in that book other than the real life? Like, I guess that's kind of a darker book, but it's not like spooky horror scary. You know what I mean? So there's a few things with the actual like book recommendations that I'm like, I feel like I want to go into the back end of this and like talk to the developers and be like, can I give you advice on some of these books to like make the keywords work for them, because they should work for these recommendations and they aren't, because the wording isn't quite right. I'm just like, can I get in touch with the devs? But what I really love about this is that they've updated some of the books, and like they're very recent. Like I saw the other Bennett sisters in there. I know that was not like recent, but it just made me happy because the show just came out. We have Can't Spell Treason Without T in there. Like so many recent book releases and recent like fantasy releases. I'm just like, hey girl, I see you in there. Oh my god. So I love that game and I'm so glad that they updated it. And I'm so excited for the DLC. I don't know when that's coming out, but I'm very excited about it. Like, because it just means we're getting more content. So that's what I've been doing this weekend. And today, Sunday, I did very little, except I did finally pick back up Amina al-Sirafi. And I am, I think, 55% of the way through. I'm on page like 260 something at this point, and I'm having a fantastic time rereading Amina al-Sirafi. I laugh because I've been meaning to read this book now for a couple weekends, and I just shit the bed so hard when I picked it up originally because I fell asleep. And rereading the chapters that I had on in my ears when I was sleeping, not a recollection. So I was sleeping so hard for those 5 chapters. It was crazy. Anyways, our friends. So yeah, I'm rereading that and I'm loving it. But yes, and then today I got an order from Book Outlet. I got 4 books and I got the 2 sequels for Fireborn, and then I did also order Fireborn itself from a different avenue. So that also arrived today. So now I have the whole trilogy. Even though I've already read Fireborn, I'm just like, oh, it looks so good all together. So excited. That will be my next book, is the sequel to Fireborn, because I'm itching to keep going and to learn more about these kids and read more about this school. And I want to keep going with that book series so bad. And then I got the next Travis Baldree book because I totally forgot to ever pick that up. And so I figured, might as well. Got the first book in the Love's Academic trilogy because I wanted to add that to my shelves because I have already read it. And I was like, why not? I see it there. Why not add it to my shelves? So I love that so much for me. I have bought so many books recently. It's fine. I also picked up a week ago or so, 2 weeks ago now, the paperback copy of The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, because I really want to reread that before The Knave and the Moon comes out, even though I won't be buying a hardcover version of that because I will be waiting for the paperback of that one as well, because Orbit paperbacks are my favorite, but also hardcovers are so fucking expensive right now. No, thank you. But I want to reread that, and I think it's such a beautiful book, and it has the most gorgeous sprayed edges, so happy to pick that up as well. But yeah, I dropped that book buying ban and immediately just bought all the things. So I do have to get back on my game of actually reading books that I own to shrink the TBR once again, because I think we're above 170 again with the current purchases, but that's fine. I know I'm going to speed through the Rosaria Munda trilogy like nothing else. So anyways, my friends, I gotta go to sleep because of the work day tomorrow. I hate it so much. I will catch you tomorrow for Monday, but yeah, it's been a good weekend.
How you doing, so busy? Oh, what a pretty girl. Wow, what do you think? Oh, big yacht. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Hello, friends. Happy Monday. I guess technically it's Tuesday because it's midnight, but hey, at least it's not like 1:30 in the morning. Hello, friends. I'm feeling off, and I think it's because for 4 hours today, my mom came over and we cleaned my house in the heat. I have not sweat that much in a long time. And like, low-key, I fell asleep on the couch for like an hour after work. At like 9. Not even after work. That's like in the evening. I fell asleep at like 9. I was just sitting here and I was like, clunk, out for like an hour. And I had to force myself to get up because I was like, okay, I can't nap right now. Like, I have to do things. I can't nap right now because I will fall asleep again. Because it wasn't like an actual like hard sleep. It was a nap sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I did not fall asleep as I do when I'm in bed. I would nap in. It was a different sleep, you know? So wacky wild. And I feel I'm so hot. Like, it's not even that hot in here right now. I just feel really warm and I just feel ugh. So I think I just overdid it today. But my place is very clean, and I had to spend about 30 minutes trying to find some things, even though I was actively in this room when my mom was like organizing and cleaning. It took me 40 minutes to find my like desk tray that I use to exist on the couch. Like, I use this bad boy to read, to write, to eat, to everything. 40 minutes. I genuinely was convinced that she had thrown it out today, and I was like, I can't text her and be like, where did you put my lap desk? Because she would fucking not remember. And it was also like 10 p.m. And I was like, where did you put it? She's sleeping at 10 p.m. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm on my own. But yeah, she's very clean. There's nothing, well, there's a little bit on the floor. Those are slippers. And I have a couple things that were on my desk that I will deal with at a later time that I move to the floor. But like, the stacks of books are not on the floor anymore. She put them all in there and took all my old piano books and put them in a Tupperware here, and she hates that she did this because she doesn't like that it's just in the room. And I was like, don't worry, I will deal with it. I hate that she moved them. But I wasn't about to start that battle. But yeah, the house has been scrubbed. There's been a lot that have been donated. My stack of HAULS are gone. She drove a whole truckload of stuff to Valley Village, so love that. And my house like smells really clean because she also washed the floors with like bleach. I don't like using bleach for things because I find it generally, I don't like it in laundry because it makes the clothes dull, but she uses it all the time. Bleach is her favorite cleaning tool. I usually don't use it because I don't like the smell of it, but she used like pine salt and bleach for my floors, and it still smells good. So maybe she knows what she's doing. But yeah, I'm out of it. Like, I feel overdone. I feel like a cooked turkey that's like overdone. I didn't do any reading today, which is fine because we cleaned the fuck out of my house today. So, and not even like anything past this main room, like just this main room. We didn't even touch my kitchen, which is fine because like my kitchen is pretty clean because I keep it pretty clean. But like 4 hours on one room, that's too much. And my house doesn't stay cool, right? Because my air doesn't fucking work. So it was like rivulets of sweat pouring down the both of us. It's too much. Anyways, I'm closing out this vlog so that I can actually go to bed because I'm so discombobulated. I should have gone to bed much earlier, but alas, I fell asleep on the couch in nap form, not actual sleep form. So now we're here. So anyways, also apologies for the sound of the fan. I know I don't have the little mic plugged in, but my phone was at like 10%, so I can't plug it in because it uses the little power. It uses the power from the phone to like power the system to connect it, and it drains the battery really fast. So alas, can't do that at 10%. It wouldn't last very long. It's also weird because I didn't have piano today because regular piano's done. But yeah, I have one day of summer teaching tomorrow evening. It's the only day that I'm doing any summer teaching this summer. I'm just doing the one day to carry over so that the teacher that's like taking these kids like couldn't do it tomorrow, so taking over. One day of summer teaching, that is it. And then I'm free. I'm so excited about that. Oh my God, truly. To just not have to even think about teaching until September. I need a break. And I'm so excited for this break. So have that tomorrow, and then nothing going on for the rest of the week. I genuinely 100% thought that Father's Day was this Sunday coming up. It's not. Apparently it's the 21st this year, which is crazy. So I was like, oh, we have Father's Day coming up, blah, blah, blah. No, not yet. We have to wait a little while. It's very late this year. Interesting. But yeah, this week, I don't know. I'm just babbling now. I don't even know what to talk about. This weekend was good. I didn't finish anything, but I did read at least, which is great. I'm like 55% of the way through al-sirafi, 15 or 16% of the way through the Ode to the Half-Broken. We're gonna keep on trekking through my friends, decide if I'm gonna DNF that or not. I'm gonna give it a couple more chapters, I think, to really decide if I'm interested in the characters and the world building and all that, or if I'm good to just let it go. And then, of course, finishing al-sirafi so I can go into other books and other things. I'm gonna leave this here, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this weekend. It's been pretty chill. Also played an egregious amount of fucking Tiny Bookshop. Such a good game. Oh my God. If you're looking for like a good cozy game, that's your girl. That's your girl. It's so good. I love that game so much. It's such an aesthetic little, beautiful little game. Anyways, I'll catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.